Hey guys, welcome back to the Friday Vlog, where we discuss activity that goes on here with the BuzWeaver channel. That includes things like current events, headlines that are in the news, pop culture, social media, technology, and items of interest that come up during the week, including shorts and community posts on YouTube. But of course, I do recognize and appreciate all the support I get across New Tech, which is doing quite well, especially on Rumble. So thank you guys for all of your guys' continued support.
We start things off from Reuters. Smokers under 30 need photo ID to buy tobacco products, U.S. FDA says. Now, I was taken aback when I saw that headline. I had to, like a double take, right? I was like, did I just read that correctly? It's absolutely amazing. Now, I don't keep up with buying tobacco products because I've not bought tobacco products, I don't think, ever in my life, to my knowledge. I mean, I did used to dip, I think, in high school, but I don't think I ever went to the store and actually bought it for myself. So August 29th, the U.S. Food and Drug Administration has mandated more people show photo identification when buying tobacco products as the health regulator raised the age verification requirements by 3 years. I didn't even know it was 27. I always thought it was 21, at least, like I said, in my state. As part of a rule finalized by the agency on Thursday, the FDA now requires retailers to verify the age of anyone under 30 when they buy tobacco products from under 27 previously. So, are they asking for verification of age, or the fact that they just need to verify that someone of a particular age is buying a tobacco product? So in other words, it's just like a form of regulation, metric gathering, right? So yeah, part of the rule finalized. Okay, so the FDA now requires retailers to verify the age of. Okay, so yeah, there has to be an age verification. You have to be 30 years old to buy tobacco products in the United States. But the irony, of course, is that you still need ID. The FDA also said retailers cannot sell tobacco products via vending machine in places where individuals under 21 are present or permitted to enter from 18 years previously. That is extraordinary. Now, I'm trying to think of some places that I've worked at. I think I have worked at places that had cigarette vending machines, but that was so long ago that at that point, I think, obviously, I don't know. If it was in the building, you could probably buy it, but I find that extraordinary. But on the subject of IDs, which is always a point of controversy, we're going to listen to just a few, for a little bit of this, and I just want you guys to listen to it.
Do you have an opinion on voter ID laws?
Yeah, they're usually pretty racist and they're bad.
I think voter ID laws are a way to perpetuate racism.
Would you go as far as say those laws are racist?
For sure.
Do you think it suppresses the African American vote?
Definitely.
Tell us how.
Because they're less likely to have state IDs.
Minority voters are less likely to have the kinds of IDs that have been described or required.
These type of people don't live in areas with easy access to DMVs or other places where they can get identification.
You can always get IDs.
Okay, so this goes on for 4 minutes. So let's work under the premise. Let's work under the analogy here that, now, I'm not trying to single out a particular group of people, ethnicity or race or anything like that. Let's just operate from a position like some of these people described as individuals who may not have access to or the availability of the DMZ and these sorts of things to obtain ID or whatnot. So let's just base it on the fact that also these individuals may have particular challenges that would require them to get things like food stamps or welfare. Because when I looked it up here, and it's going to relegate to my state, under current program procedures, the head of a household approved for food stamp benefits is issued an identification card. States may use photographs on the identification cards, but may not delay or deny benefits to households whose members are unwilling to be photographed. Now, I went to some of these sites and checked them out, and the walls of text you have to read are absolutely amazing because, of course, it has to have all of the legal information in there. And I did see this on Wellington Star. Government assistance can be obtained without photo ID. And here's what's so interesting about it is that proof of identity for the application if applying for food stamps, SNAP, or a TANF, an identification card, or driver's license, DL, is an acceptable form of verification. So they're saying that you don't actually need it to go through the process, but it is a procedure. And here's what's interesting too here from the Star News Online. So government assistance can be obtained without photo ID. Is photo ID required when applying for welfare, including food stamps? In short answer, no. Although it certainly makes things easier. And then when you look down here at SNAP and others that you apply for, you should not be denied, which I agree with, because you do not have ID. To prove who you are, you can use such things as your work or school ID, an ID for health benefits, an ID from another social service program such as, so other words, or and here's a clincher, a voter registration card. Absolutely amazing. So you have to have all these other IDs to not have ID. You got to have all these IDs not to have IDs. And of course, we already know, everyone's probably already seen a million of these memes, things that require voter ID. And some of these are just, like amusement parks. I know when you buy tickets online and stuff also, you got to have ID. And of course, your normal things, renting cars, using a credit card, writing checks, Social Security services, interesting enough, you got to have ID. Obviously driving, boarding an airplane, doctor's office, hospital, when applying for jobs. Wow, applying for jobs to be able to earn money, right? Pharmacy, bank transactions, applying for school. So many different things. These are just some of the things that are just on this particular list, because I know that I've had to show ID for other things, buying a firearm, right, which is interesting. But here in the state of Georgia, of course, we now have constitutional carry. So we don't need ID for weapons carry permits. So it's just fascinating to me when I saw that. I just did a double take. I was like, what? You got to be 30 years old to be able to buy tobacco products? That is absolutely amazing. Now, I guess in retrospect, when we watch videos like this, considering some of the individuals that are in it, and then, of course, just the arrested development mental mindset of some of these, activists and protesters that we often see on the left, it's just amazing to me that I'm surprised that we don't even raise just the age of adulthood to something like 25 years old, right? To be, you're officially an adult at 25. Now, of course, biologically and those sorts of things, which is always in question just in general now, 18 years old is at that adult point because, of course, you go into the military, you can serve your country, you can fight overseas, you can risk your life, you can die for your country, but you can't buy beer or cigarettes until you're 21, or in this case, for cigarettes, you got to be 30. But I found that absolutely fascinating. You guys have to let me know down in the comments below if you guys still smoke or know people that smoke. I do know people that still smoke, and they do still smoke, and, they have to go and buy, but I've never asked them, you got to show ID to go buy tobacco? I've never asked them that. So I just found it fascinating. So you guys, if you want, down below, you let me know whether or not you're still a smoker or gave up smoking, or when you did smoke, you had to show ID and that so forth. So very interesting to me. But, of course, I wanted to keep it light here on this Friday. But nonetheless, guys, that's what I had for you this Friday.
All right, guys, so that's going to wrap it up for this Friday vlog. Thank you for the likes, the shares, and the comments. Below this video, you can find the various social media links that I belong to. So I would encourage you to follow me on those platforms as I do additional information on there. And, of course, if you are a Prime member at Amazon or order frequently from Amazon, my landing page links are down below. You can use those to help out the channel. But of course, your likes and your shares and your comments here on YouTube, as well as across New Tech, is always appreciated, and it does help out the channel a great deal. So I want to thank you all. And appearing there on the screen for all of you watching on YouTube, that'll be the channel icon. You guys can click on that to subscribe, as well as just like notification. That way you know when there's content here on the channel. And I'll see all you guys behind the Galaxy phone camera next week.